Courtney.
I'm Dr. Leah.
This is Dr. Sylvia.
And we are
Three Friends Talk.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, friends.
I'm just vibing tonight.
I like this little routine that Dr. Sylvia's put together for us.
Y'all ain't ready.
I wasn't. I was not ready.
Not at all.
Hey, friends. It's another episode of
Three
Friends Talk.
Three Friends Talk.
Y'all know I wanted to start with DMX. I had not talked to y'all since the passing of a hip hop legend, icon, DMX. And just wanted to, pay our respect to DMX. I actually have
you got a story.
Dr. Sylvia, I was going to pass it to you first because
go ahead. I want to hear it.
She normally has met everyone.
No, I didn't meet him.
Dr. Sylvia normally meets everyone.
Right.
Not true.
So this was 98. Was it fall 98? So we were freshmen in college and we were at Xavier, but my best friend went to Hampton. She left me and went to Hampton, but Hampton didn't have a pharmacy school at the time. So it hadn't started yet.
Yeah,
so
a couple years later.
Right. So she went off, left me and went to Hampton. But when she came back during the Christmas holidays, she was like, Court, oh my God, there's this song that everybody loves up at Hampton. And I was like, okay, tell me how it goes. And she was like, stop. Shut him down, open up shop. And I'm sitting there like,
you were scared. It was too much.
Like screaming at me. And then I was like, no.
You got to scream it. If you're going to sing it, you got to scream
it. No, ma'am. No. Get away. And so I was
you got to be super hyped.
But y'all, when we went back to school, the song
that's all you heard.
Down to New Orleans, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is the song!" And of course, everybody loved it. And I said, "It didn't quite sound the same the way you did it. It was a little scary." So, but I will never forget. She introduced me to DMX, and I have been a fan ever since. And don't talk about when the rest of the Rough Riders came out because I had every one of Eve's CDs, But anyway. That's my DMX story.
Thank you.
I just remember everybody like the parties at Tulane, like they would play
that at the Kendall
Crown.
The Alphas. Oh, Ice Cold Entertainment. Shout out, yes.
Oh my.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
But yeah, everybody.
Shout out, baby daddy.
My husband, Ice Cold Entertainment party, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, those are some good parties. So yeah, for real, good times.
And you know what?
By all.
I just did a tour at Xavier, with Jalen, and I was talking to some of the current students, and we were talking about. I was like, "Hey, do y'all go to Tulane? Y'all go to the Kendall Crown?" And they were like, "What?" I was like, "What? That's so old." Never mind.
I don't think any university, a lot has changed since we finished school. Nobody's just letting random folks on campus for a party anymore.
Right.
Everybody campus. I remember we used to go to Loyola Library, study.
Yeah, but no, when curfew was about to happen and we would have to pile into strangers' cars to get back to, anyway.
I never piled into a stranger.
I had my own car. I had my car
freshman year.
Yeah,
no, I never piled into.
I didn't know you like that. Well, I did.
I probably
freshman
year.
I do not recommend it. But
the Memphis crew, we hung tight. The Memphis crew was always together. So I think we hitched a ride on somebody back.
Anybody who found me with my car was like, "Can I get a ride?" And I was like, "Come on." My car fit everybody.
True. It was a big car.
But memories. Okay. We've come a long way because I have my electric car now. She's cute.
Okay.
Is she cute?
What's her name?
Cute.
What's her name?
White Lightning. Not Black Lightning, White Lightning, because it's a ghost car. I drive white car, Panda. White cars with the black tint. So
Is that
Yes.
what that song was about? Panda,
I
panda,
think
panda, panda. It was
I
about a
think
car.
so. I think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I may accept that.
Okay, so let's talk about what else is in the news. So we talked about DMX, but most recently there is an update on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They have pulled it,
Well, they
right?
paused it. They paused it.
Paused
They
it.
haven't pulled it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. They paused it. I was on a Clubhouse earlier today, you guys, and there was a doctor in South Africa who was explaining how they're being affected by this. And here in the United States, we still have options, for the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine, but over there in I don't know if all of South Africa or what part she was in, but in her area, they only had Johnson & Johnson. And when they paused it, she was like, she was so hopeful for her community and to see that it stopped. And she's just fearful that it's going to, go back in the opposite direction of, this dismay. So she said, she actually was like, you guys are actually privileged in the United States to have options at least, and still we have people that don't even want to take it, and she got sentimental on there, and I get it. And there were other healthcare professionals on there giving their concern and things like that, and telling her to be strong and so forth. So it's really still affecting the whole world. Even places in Thailand don't have the vaccine either, but here we still have options. So I still think the greater good, the benefit outweighs the risk of the side effects that they're talking about is coming from
Yeah,
January.
that's a good segue, Dr. Courtney, to talk about why they paused it. There were about 7 reports of people that recently received the vaccine, like within a 2-week time frame, getting blood clots. And so about 7 million people or so have gotten the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So 7 out of the 7 million reported to VAERS, and that's where anybody that has gotten a vaccine can go in and report whatever symptoms they're having or issues they're having. They reported that. So out of an abundance of caution, the CDC and the FDA got together and said, hey, we got 7 reports, and unfortunately, God rest their soul, one of the reporters died soon after, I think within a month of getting the blood clots and the vaccine. So out of an abundance of caution, because of that death, and then the 6 other reports, it's 6 or 7, I'm not sure, they paused the vaccine and at the federal level, and then each state can pause it as well. And I think it's definitely paused here in Texas. But any federal sites, like we have 2 or 3 FEMA sites, they're definitely not getting it. But your state, depending on what their decision is, they may still be providing the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So out of an abundance of caution, they paused the vaccine to investigate these blood clots and see if there is a true correlation or causation from getting the vaccine and then getting blood clots, because we want it to be safe, and that's what we're doing in this this period, because it's under the emergency use authorization. This is why they want people to report, so we can figure out if there's an issue and go from there. However, blood clots have not been associated with the other 2 vaccines, the mRNA vaccines, the Pfizer and the Moderna. So you do have options, like Dr. Courtney was saying. And then I think we have a few statistics. I mentioned one. Uh-oh. I lost that. I want to quote it correctly. Let's see. 1 in 1 million. So 7 million people have gotten the vaccine. About 7 people had a concern of blood clots. So that's 1 in 1 million people, if you look at kind of the grand picture, that got the blood clots. But I understand, I don't want my family to be one of those people. So even if it's 1 out of whatever number, you don't want that to happen to your family. But 1 in 1 million people that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine complained of getting blood clots within the first 2 weeks after the vaccine.
So even though that's a very small number, I mean, blood clots can come from other medications and so forth. And so we've had oral contraceptives, birth control, right, for years and years now. And so blood clots can be common. I won't say common. No, I won't say that, but it can be a side effect. And the statistic on that may be one in every, 3,000 people may have blood clots from oral contraceptives. So that's actually more that could have it from the vaccine. So
Mhm.
just put that in perspective that you can get blood clots from birth control pills and could wind up having more people to have that show up in their results than people who may get the vaccine. So I just want to say that so that people are not uh, scared and they get anxious and so forth and think that, all of a sudden, blood clots can only come from this source. We can treat it if detected so that it does not cause, going up. I mean, they can travel up into your lungs and cause, um, as the, I hate to say, was it the lady that passed from that? They can try to prevent and provide anticoagulants and things of that nature so that the blood clots can't cause more harm. So just wanted to add that.
Mhm. And like from the statistics that Dr. Sylvia was pointing out, as Dr. Courtney said, like putting it into perspective, when you have, COVID-19 patients that have been hospitalized who also develop blood clots. So even that number is greater, with 1 in 5 of those who were hospitalized with COVID ended up developing blood clots. So it's kind of like take the vaccine and might get that, or have COVID and be hospitalized, and there's a greater chance of developing blood clots. So,
It's a
you know,
lot to think about. That's our job here, is to give you information that you can trust. And I see, shout out to Adrian. I see your comment. Give you the information as we get it and break it down into ways that you can understand it and give you a bit of perspective. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was convenient because it was one dose, but like I said, the other two vaccines do not have blood clots associated with them. And I just want to shout out Dr. Angela Rasmussen. She's been putting a lot of information out on Twitter, so go follow her for more information about the J&J pause and some of the side effects and some perspective.
mm-hmm.
All right. So let's talk about what else is going on. Right now, I know I just got back from spring break with this news. Did you guys have spring break as well?
Oh yeah, we had spring break a while ago. Ours was in April, mid March. That's when we went to New Orleans and did the tour at
Oh,
Xavier.
good. No, I just
Mm-hmm.
got back from spring break, so I am refreshed, and we were able to watch. If you guys remember last week, we launched with Freely TV. So I wanted to mention that I was able to watch it on TV with my mom and dad, and they were really, really excited to see us on the big screen. We got it on Fire Stick, put in Freely TV, went to channel 109, was able to put in the search Three Friends Talk, so you all can do that as well. Don't forget to download Freely TV, Freeli TV, and we air every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on channel 109. So please don't forget to check us out tomorrow. And it should be from all, you can use all devices. If you all have any trouble with downloading it, please feel free to reach out to us and we can walk you through that. But channel 109, Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Y'all, and our listeners and our Three Friends Talk family, thank you so much for all the love and support. Y'all really were very, very, very excited for us, and we're excited as well. But thank you for the love and support and checking us out. Thank you. Oh, we got our funding back, y'all. We got our funding back. Oh, is it time for my song?
You got a song?
I
You
think
gonna
I
sing a
forgot
song?
it. I forgot it. Let me think of another one. It's a coffee break. It's a coffee break. It's a coffee break. It's a coffee
Oh my.
break. So shout out to our family. Not only did you support,
She has taken me by surprise twice tonight.
did you tell them put a timeout on me?
That little ditty just did it for me.
Thank you. Thank
That was
you.
wonderful, Dr. Sylvia.
Thank you. I'm gonna remix it next week. But not only did y'all
I
support
think
us
you
with
remixed that one.
Freely TV, you also support us with buying us a coffee. So we want to shout out one of our Three Friends Talk family, Dr. and Super Friend. Y'all, you have to check out her episode, Dr. Neka. She
Hey, Dr. Neka.
bought us some coffees, y'all, and she left us a message. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
Here we go. Congratulations and much success on Three Friends Talk podcast. She's been a longtime friend to all of us in real life and through the podcast. Fellow podcaster, check her out at Victorious Working Mom on all podcast platforms. And again, thank you so much, Dr. Neka, our super friend. And check out her episode. That was the first time I think we had
two
guests that weren't part of a group or anything. So it was a really great episode.
You had the prescriber and the patient.
Yeah. Patient
outlook.
And prescriber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Absolutely. So, I think we have a special guest for you guys tonight. But before, I have another little cute little ditty to play for y'all.
Oh, a ditty.
Yeah.
Oh my. I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Mm.
Wait, let me listen to it first.
What is happening here? Turn it up, Dr. Courtney. What in the world?
You like that little song?
That's a reggae Jamaican mix in honor of 420.
Oh. So we're getting close to 420. So 420 is a lot of cannabis, right? He said Pastor Dutchy.
So
that reminds me of cannabis
day for anyone who partakes.
We wanted to kind of dedicate, I think, a little bit of April to medicinal cannabis and bring that to the forefront because it's a hot topic. Mm-hmm. It's been a hot topic for a while. And we are the health professionals on the forefront dispensing it, I think, and also getting into the industry. So we have a special guest that is going to enlighten us tonight about that. So, Dr. Leah, are you ready?
Thank you for that wonderful segue. I love it. So let's get into this bio. Our guest, our friend, our fourth friend tonight, received his PharmD degree from Texas A&M. We're not going to hold it against him. That's not a savior, right? From Texas A&M College of Pharmacy in 2013. He has certifications and advanced training in clinical cannabis pharmacy. Need to learn about that. Medication therapy management, diabetes management, functional medicine, and veterinary pharmacy. Okay.
That's a good one.
I had a question about this the other day. I don't know if I told y'all that I did
their medicine is very different from ours.
When when you go to the school and you talk to them, but I did it virtually. It was a career day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And somebody asked me about veterinary pharmacy, so that's kind of cool. So we can talk. I can ask a couple of questions about that.
He does it all.
The kids wanted to know. So our guest is also a Yoga Alliance registered yoga instructor, an RYT 200.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you. And has been leading yoga classes since 2018. In June 2019, he opened Mo City Apothecary, where this yogi pharmacist takes a true holistic approach, incorporating the benefits of lifestyle practices, herbs, oils, nutrition, and medication management, and creating the best medicine for each unique patient.
I love it.
I do too. I'm ready to get into this episode.
I'm gonna ask him some questions about I'm a yogi. They call them yogis. I'm a yogi. Please continue.
No comment.
See, I thought it was just me. We're all a little touched. Okay.
Clearly, because I have never ever seen this
Did you
young lady.
partake, Dr. Courtney? Did you partake?
I did. Yoga is great.
Okay.
I did
That's
yoga.
not what I. That's not what I was talking about. But okay.
Bringing to the stage.
Yoga.
Let's get back into this episode.
Okay.
Dr. Justin Redding. Thank you.
Hi, Dr.
Welcome to
Justin.
the show.
Hey.
Namaste.
Namaste. Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we have read your bio and we are so intrigued by all the areas of pharmacy that you have mastered and then some. So we can't wait to dive in to these questions.
Dr. Courtney, you done made him nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. Just I've been laughing in the background.
He's laughing
trying
at he has.
get myself back together
it's
because
been a couple of times. I
been
was
so
gonna
much
say,
fun just
y'all,
listening to y'all in the
Dr.
background.
Justin he's cutting up like he's in the waiting room and he's cutting up like he was really laughing.
That warms my heart. You think we're funny? Oh,
No, it was so funny that the internet cut out and I had to move locations in the house. So.
Okay.
But I'm back.
I noticed you stepped away for a minute. Yeah, I noticed you stepped away for a minute, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for the invite. I'm glad y'all were able to find me.
Right.
And invite me to the show. Yeah.
And we will talk about that later on, how we found you on your social media. It was very easy to find you, and that is a great thing. So we are so glad that you are here tonight.
Yeah. So
I'm
before
glad to be here.
we dive into the questions, though, we're going to play a game.
All right, I like games.
Are you? We don't bite, so I promise it won't be hard. No pressure.
Okay. No pressure at all.
This game is called This or That, and the more questions we can fit in about 30 seconds, the more answers you have, the more our listeners will get to know you a little bit better. All right. So Dr. Leah is our timekeeper. So she's going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready, Dr. Leah?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Dr. Justin?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. And go. iPhone or Droid?
Droid.
Yay! Oh, suits or sweats?
Lord have mercy.
Dr. Justin.
Sweats.
Okay.
I would prefer sweats. Yeah.
Okay. Facebook or IG?
IG.
Or not? That's not gonna make the time. Okay. Warrior pose or cobra?
I was a little late. He might make it.
Or what? Warrior or what?
Warrior pose or cobra?
Cobra.
All right. Introvert or extrovert?
Introverted, extrovert.
Wait a
Me
minute.
too.
What are the other?
Me too.
No,
Me
it's
too. Me too.
I'm an ambivert, actually.
That was not an option.
It's
Okay,
the
see,
truth,
y'all both missed y'all time.
You cannot argue with the guest. You cannot do it.
And I actually,
I got a few more.
The guest is always right, even when they're wrong.
Exactly.
And I started late. You had like a 10-second, and I'm not talking to you, Dr. Justin. I'm talking to Dr. Courtney because she knows how to play this game. She's.
I can't blame it all on Dr. Courtney this time. Dr. Justin was taking a lean back and answering. He would like go back.
Think about it.
Droid.
Yeah.
Droid. Should I lie and say droid? That's what he was saying. Should I lie? Should I lie and say droid?
They're not questions I'm used to being asked. So think about it. Yeah.
Okay. What else do you have, Dr. Courtney? You got some more?
Yes. So I want to know, do you prefer the beach or the mountains?
Beach. I prefer the beach.
Okay.
I do enjoy the mountains. I enjoy the mountains.
I thought a yogi might enjoy the mountains. I don't know.
I do, but I like when I do my meditation. I like the sound of the water and like birds and that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay.
But I can enjoy the mountains and there's waterfalls you can go and So
he doesn't want to play this or that.
No, he just want to go.
Y'all playing dissertation.
But for the game, beach. For the game, beach. Yes, free
Okay.
game.
Dr.
Now,
Justin
more
has given
questions. Two
he
more.
has given the longest answers in the history of our
Dr.
show.
Justin is not bound by time, y'all. It is a
Nope.
continuum.
That's okay.
That's what I get for being my own boss. So I was like,
I see.
I
Hey,
do
you
with
follow
things
the
on my own
Clearly.
side.
rules. You
Yeah.
do not follow the rules. Got it.
Do
So
you have a
One more.
two more. Two more.
Two more. Okay. I'll be quicker. I'll be
He said
quicker. I
one
promise.
more.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Rich friend or loyal friend?
What'd you say?
Rich friend
Loyal.
or loyal?
Loyal.
Okay.
Loyal.
Okay. And then last but not least, coffee, wine, or Hennessy.
Wine.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were going to with water. Something
No
like
wine tonight.
I'm playing the game for the last
Okay.
question. I would play the game. Yeah. But
Good,
yeah,
good,
that
good.
water is the real answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't really drink any of those.
But you'll
Yeah,
take
but
wine if you had
I'll
to.
take some wine with dinner with my nice steak. Nice steak dinner with some
Hey,
wine.
He
Yeah.
eats meat, y'all.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
nice steak with the wine on the beach with the yoga and the sweats and the droids.
Okay, we don't need a recap.
Oh, okay.
We heard it. We heard it all.
I thought it was a nice little mix there.
It is.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you,
What-
Dr. Justin.
Dr. Courtney, what was this yoga move you were doing? It was like
Right. When I think of yoga, and what I used, like I said, Dr. Justin, I've partaken in yoga. I am a
yoga.
yoga.
You're what?
I am a self-proclaimed yogi.
Okay, what's question number one?
Self-proclaimed.
So when I think of yoga, it's all these positions with the hands, and you got to go this way.
Did she
with
do
the
this?
body,
Yes.
And she does
Mama say, Mama sa,
Mama Kusa.
Bending and folding.
First of
Yeah.
all, she did Michael Jackson, Remember the Time.
Yeah, that was what I first thought of when she was doing those moves. Yeah.
That's all that was.
Dr. Courtney is a dancer. I think yogi is
Yes.
a little imaginative, but
Yes.
you know,
Oh God. They think
you
I'm
know, we like
Good
to
word.
relate to our guests.
Good
So,
word.
Good
Imaginative.
effort, Dr. Courtney.
Don't mind them, Dr. Justin. We here.
So,
No.
Doctor, he
So the
died.
question
Daddy. He
was-
like, we died.
See, he's ready. He is ready for question one. Y'all
Dr.
playing.
Justin.
I'm still waiting for it. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Focus on me, Dr. Justin. How
Yeah.
did you find pharmacy as a career? Dr. Courtney knew from early on she wanted to be a pharmacist. Me, not so much. So, what was your story?
I have an uncle who's a pharmacist. When I was in high school, he was actually going through his pharmacy school at Texas Southern University, TSU here in Houston. So I remember doing some of his calculations work, and he even wrote that in my recommendation when he was for pharmacy school that I was doing I was a natural because I was able to do his work, but it was really, I just saw it as something to do. That's what first got me interested, and I liked seeing how things worked inside the body. So that was, that was how I initially got started. Yeah.
But how old were you at that time, though?
I was like 13 or 14.
Oh yeah. So you were really good with calculations and just found
I was always like math. I still like doing those conversions, and I still have to do it this day when calculating different doses.
Calculations. Yes.
I'm not as quick with the mental math as I once was, but I still enjoy it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't think any of us are.
And what about I guess like chemistry, all of that? What brought you to go back to, I'm trying to piggyback off of Dr. Sylvia's question. So after you figured pharmacy would be it, you went right to what school? You said this
I went to Texas A&M.
You went to Texas A&M. His uncle went to Texas.
If you want to go way back to what got me started into like chemistry and making things, my first love is food and cooking. So my oldest toy that I kept for the longest, can you guess what it was?
The Easy Bake Oven.
Easy Bake Oven?
Yep. Yes, that is it. As soon as I was able to use the real oven and use the stovetop, that was really how I can see how things you put inside your body control how your energy level, or it can make you healthy, or it can make you sick. So pharmacy was my way of, I can compound things, I can make stuff, and
Right.
I can tell people how to take it. And when I worked in grocery stores, I can see what's in their shopping cart and counsel them on medications. Like, hey, you need to put that back.
Oh,
or
yeah.
I'm gonna see you again for your
Right.
diabetes refill. Yeah.
Well, so you talk about pharmacy, but then you have expertise in so many different areas of pharmacy. So when you were in pharmacy school, did you know that you wanted to do or work in all of these different areas of pharmacy? How did that come about to where you were in MTM, medication therapy management, diabetes, then veterinary pharmacy? You don't hear that a lot. So take us down that journey of how you got into all these different areas of pharmacy.
Before we go down that journey,
okay,
are you gas or electric stove?
Gas.
Okay, I just want to know. Okay,
that was so doggone random.
WTH.
Okay, so back
electric does not heat evenly, and it takes too long. And
that's true.
I got to get it hot first. So
got to get it
hot when I'm using my woks and my grills and all that stuff.
Okay.
Wait. So wait.
Cooking.
So you're a chef too?
Yeah.
Oh, have mercy.
In real life.
So next week for 420, I'm actually partnering with a restaurant in Corpus Christi. I'm hosting, sponsoring their 420 cook-off. So the chefs are I'm giving them cannabis blended butter, my olive oil. They're gonna have 3 rounds. Okay. Yeah. Since I'm judging, I'm a judge, so they're not letting me participate.
Awesome.
But
you should go.
Are you married?
I'm not married yet. No.
Sylvia, you should go.
I'm afraid of that.
Why are you afraid?
Because it's out of town. If it was like down the street, I would go. But
what? Dallas?
I want to get back to Dr. Courtney's question. Jeez Louise.
Oh yes, back to the question. Sorry, kind of.
But that's awesome.
For a friend. I'm just asking for a friend.
This is why we're here, because we're getting close to 420. We want to know everything cannabis. But before we get there, you're in so many other areas, though. So let's talk about how you got to pharmacy school now. You had a passion for pharmacy, calculations, chemistry, all that good stuff. But then all these other areas of pharmacy come about. How did that happen?
Well, my school opened in 2006. When I got there, we were only the 4th class. So their experiential program with rotations, everything was pretty limited. So my first few jobs, it was kind of like an extension of my rotations, I felt like, because I was like, all right, I know no job is going to be forever these days. Let me get my experience in these areas. If I don't really like it, there's so many options that I can move around to something else. And my thing is, I'm always good at my job. There's one thing my manager says, like, we know Justin, he might not be here for that long, but we can always count on him, and he was great.
He might move on.
we're happy, we're blessed to have him at this time.
For this short period of time.
Yes. But I was, and my parents have been business owners. My mother had her first business when she was in her mid-20s. She had a Baskin Robbins ice cream store when we were in Chicago. Aww. So seeing that and her experiences being in small business lending, being a small business owner, counseling people on getting businesses started, all the work she's done is like, I know that I don't have to work for someone else if I don't want to. Right. And seeing how all of these different companies, how just the work life, and I was able to pick what I liked from each job, and I always wanted to one day create my ideal practice of how I wanted to deliver patient care. So, and then the pandemic, I was just bored, and when shut down quarantine, I was doing curbside, so I had a lot of time indoors. So there's a veterinary course. Let me I want to start offering pet meds. So let me learn about that, because I got a lot of friends that are veterinarians. I almost went to vet school in the Caribbean with one of my friends in undergrad.
Mhm.
He went, and then I kind of changed it up. I was like, you know what, maybe let me just be like Uncle Hubert and go to pharmacy school, because
Yeah,
me
strictly
being on the me being on the island trying to study veterinary medicine, I don't. Yeah, at the time I
Too
probably
much
wouldn't have made it.
temptation.
I don't know how far
It
you're
probably would have
Temptation
taken me.
Island.
Yeah, it would have taken me probably like 6 years instead of the 3 or 4. But
Gonna
uh,
put you out.
but I
but their
wouldn't
medicine
be.
is very different from ours. So, yeah,
Yes,
I
the
commend you
pets are
for
very
getting
different.
medicine.
And so I was taking my time with learning that and getting that launched properly with our new pet meds website that's in development. But that's exciting because I've always liked animals. I've always had dogs growing up, and seeing how much uh, my parents and my sister they pay for their dogs, and how much everyone pays for their dogs. I want to make sure uh, a
Yeah,
pharmacist can be involved, that they're taking the right medications, that this
yeah,
is going to be right for their pets. It's part of their family. So I just
yeah.
treat you just like any other member of the family. And I have
Leah
a
and I
lot of
have dogs. You might hear hers in the background. He likes to make his
yeah.
entrance every
Yeah,
now
he
and
make an appearance.
then. But
Right.
Mine have had their CBD treats, so they chilling.
oh,
Oh, I haven't tried that yet. And
so
we
let's
may have
talk
to,
about
yeah, I'm
Okay.
about to say we may have to talk about that.
I
yeah.
have
Yeah.
to buy some to send y'all.
Oh,
Okay.
please do.
So we talked about those areas of pharmacy. You got into veterinary medicine, able to provide that now. So when did cannabis come about for your business or your
So
practice?
cannabis came about as right when I was opening Most City Apothecary. So the shopping center where my store is located was actually built by my parents. That's one of their businesses in real estate. They have a couple shopping centers. So my space was vacant. There are people calling about opening a CBD shop in that space.
Mm-hmm.
And well, one of my contracts that I was working with for PBM ended way earlier than expected. So I was like, man, I need a job. And then my mom called, hey, there have been a lot of people asking about CBD, opening a CBD store. Have you ever thought about that? So I said, well, I thought about it, uh, but it was still kind of new. I would have to do a lot of research getting into it, but I don't have a job. So it was like, that's exactly what she said. It's like, what else are you doing right
I
now?
got
So why
Yeah.
time.
not? It's like, this was the opportunity I was waiting for to like grab all the pieces that I liked from all of my jobs that I had so far
Mm-hmm.
and, and do it. So we went right in, got the place built and opened. I networked with some farmers. It actually, I just responded to a Facebook ad to a farm in Oregon, and the lady replied back, "Justin is me. You were my counselor at fish camp when I was a freshman at Texas A&M." So,
What?
so and then we have
Wow.
yeah, it's like an orientation
Big.
camp
Uh-huh.
and for upperclassmen when they introduced the freshmen and help them transition. So it's like,
Yeah.
and now she owns a cannabis farm in Oregon with her husband. So it's like
Wow.
small
Wow.
world connection.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
learn. So I was getting quality products. I was able to do it at affordable price. Um, when I found out more about the International Society of Cannabis Pharmacists,
Mm-hmm.
uh, found out found out about them through LinkedIn and also uh, APHA. I have since I was a national officer when I was in school.
Mhm.
I had a lot of connections with APHA still, and one of them reached out to me about getting me in their cannabis issue. So they asked me some questions. I did a little interview for that.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, so let's just focus on the CBD and cannabis for a little bit. So that was most of my 2020 was really getting my clinical cannabis pharmacist certificate
Mm-hmm.
through the Society of Cannabis Pharmacists. They had a 16-hour conference, CE conference over a weekend, uh, trainings in toxicology, pharmacology, the therapeutics, all ages, all disease states that it's working for. So really got in-depth training on that, so I could apply that clinically and really start offering those CBD therapy management packages at my store. Uh, so over time, it's just I've been able to help my patients more and more by learning more about it, getting the best products. So we started with just the smokable stuff. Now we got the creams and the other topicals, the chewable gummies, and we have capsules. We have the tinctures going to the tongue. I have drinks, got teas, I got coffees, I got bath bombs, I got massage oils, I
Beans,
got
green, potatoes, tomatoes.
Right.
olive oil. So olive oil that we're going to
Wow.
be
Butter.
using with the chefs next week. Yeah, and I can infuse the butter. I make cookies and brownies every week for people that request them, and of course the pet products. So
Wow.
um,
Full
just
service.
So this
and
is
That's
able,
well.
what I thought you were giving. So this is amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
I thought you were
it
Very much
just,
so.
hey, it's a prescription for medicinal cannabis and go and but you have a whole store. Oh,
yes, because every formulation has its benefits. The inhalation is going to work, has a quicker onset. So if people they're having anxiety or they really having some intense pain, they want to relieve right now. They don't want to have to wait on an edible or a capsule or the tinctures. Like, let me smoke something now. Some people don't want to ingest anything; they just want the cream, or let me soak in a relaxing bath with my bath salts. And yeah, and
So,
sometimes we layer doses so we can give them a pain-free experience throughout the day. Yeah.
Wow.
gotcha.
so medicinal cannabis, does it get you high?
So the THC dominant products will. So in Texas, where I am, we so marijuana is not legal. So
Right.
anything that has more than 0.3% THC is illegal. So I can't sell that.
Mm-hmm.
So but that means there's still a little bit of THC. So if you've never taken any before, a lot of people will say, "Man, I felt a little high, like I had some weed after that." It's like, well, it's still a little bit because unless you use like an ethanol wash on the plant, you can't take all the THC out of it.
Mm.
But
So
so yes and no, it can, but for most people, after a while, that tolerance will go away. If you're taking a regular CBD dose, you won't be getting high off that little bit of THC that's in there.
And then
But
I
you can
know,
also get isolates in THC-free products.
got it. And I know you mentioned the range of products that you have. What, I'd say, what are your top three requested products and what are they for? What do they help? I guess what are your chief complaints of the patients that come in
Chief
requesting?
complaint. I'll start with the chief complaints.
Okay.
I'd say pain relief,
Hmm.
anxiety, stress, and then help sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, and then a lot of people will say they're just smoking because they want something to smoke. They're trying to have fun, have a good time. But I'd say that's self-treating for their anxiety or for their depression. So they're treating it, but they're not admitting to that they have that. But
Mm-hmm.
and the most popular is going to be the smokable products. So I have them in pre-rolled joints. I also have it. I get it by the pound from the
Mm-hmm.
farm, so I
Okay,
can
what by
weigh
the
it out. The hemp flower. So
got it.
so the bud, the yeah, cannabis.
Got it.
I
You
get it
know,
by the pound, so I can weigh it out
Oh, I get it by the pound.
by grams, quarter ounces, half ounces, ounces. So right now, since I have a lot, we have a special on ounces, which is 28.35 grams. But the street ounce is like just 28 grams, you say. But so we're doing special on that, especially with the 420 holiday. We have specials on that right now. So flower is the most popular. I'm sorry.
so anyone can walk in. How does that work?
Anyone can walk in. I don't treat anyone under the age of 18 unless they're with a parent, because I do have some
Mm-hmm.
pediatric patients.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone can walk in. Uh, we have a little conversation if there's first time, if they're taking medications. I have intake form and a symptom questionnaire that we'll go over. And then if they want to schedule a longer appointment, so we can select their product and their starting dose, and then chart their progress and do their check-ins. We can do that. Or if they already know what they want, a lot of people know that, so they'll just like, hey, my refill, just give me that, and we'll in and out. But usually the first customer is going to be about average about 10 minutes that we're talking.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So there are, you said sleep, pain, anxiety, depression. There are what I'll call traditional medications to treat all of those things. What is the benefit of using some of your products, CBD products, hemp products, to treat those things over some traditional medication?
So yeah, that one plant can be used for all of those things instead of having to take 4 different medications that you've had prescribed. And this has had fewer side effects. A lot of people don't like the side effects of their prescriptions, and they're adding on prescriptions to take care of the side effect they had from another one.
True.
And then you get that cascade. And it's been shown that cannabis has reduced the amount of opioids people are taking, the amount of benzos people are taking, and it's helped a lot of people taper off completely, so they can replace it with an herbal option.
Good to know.
So, we're talking about, you being in Texas, and Dr. Courtney's in Georgia. I'm in Tennessee. Whereas in Tennessee, we just passed a bill, I think in the last couple of days, that allows, a certain patient, with debilitating disease, to walk in with a note from a doctor saying they can get a 30-day supply of medicinal marijuana. And, I don't know of any pharmacists that are considering the type of role that you've taken on. What advice do you have to other pharmacists, specifically, in Texas or other states, that are able to dispense medical marijuana? What's the starting point? What should they be doing if they want to venture into having their own medicinal marijuana pharmacy?
They should contact me. So what I do is started off as a side consulting.
So you're a consultant
and
too.
Coaching.
Okay,
and coaching.
okay.
So now I help pharmacists. I've gotten so many questions over the last year, getting pharmacists pointed in the right direction, where they're getting trained, how to get their practice started, and also the connections I have in legal states with those dispensaries, getting them some experience before pushing them off on their own. So that's actually something I just started doing in the last few months. So anyone that's interested, if you have an existing pharmacy or you want to do an independent cannabis therapy management practice, reach out to me and I'll get you set up and started.
I'm gonna go and get started.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. He is taking over the whole game.
Where the money resides, where the money resides,
I love it. Not away at all. I think that
yes, and it's important for Black people especially to get as involved as much as they can in this cannabis industry. So anyone that also has questions that aren't in the healthcare profession, that they want to get started getting in on a farm or opening up a dispensary or just a CBD practice that doesn't have the full medical cannabis, again, reach out to me. I want as many people as they can to get involved on this green rush, because for so long, our people have been locked up for it, and then we want the right people to benefit off the profits of it, since it's becoming legal everywhere.
Absolutely. Well said.
I've heard about like full spectrum products, and you want to make sure that that's a quality product and that's what you want to get. But what does that mean? If somebody said, you know what, I heard Dr. Justin on Three Friends Talk, and maybe this is a viable option for me. The sleep meds that I'm on aren't working. What are some things that they should look out for if they're in another state to get a product or see if it's a quality product?
Okay, so first we'll talk about the full spectrum. So in the cannabis plant, there are hundreds of cannabinoids. So the ones people are most familiar with are THC and CBD, but there are hundreds of others. So when you have a full spectrum product, it has all of those, the full spectrum of cannabinoids. So they have what's called entourage effects, which is they synergistically work together. So they hit all these different receptors throughout the body. So you're feeling the full effects of the cannabis plant. As you go more towards an isolate, CBD isolate or CBG isolate or any other specific cannabinoid isolate, is just that cannabinoid, is just THC or is just CBD. Some people have, depending on who their practitioner is, they found that their patient responds to a specific cannabinoid, so they can use those isolates like that. Or if you're concerned about drug testing and having THC on your drug screen, then you'll just stick to a CBD isolate or a broad spectrum, which has all the cannabinoids except THC. So those are full spectrum, broad spectrum, and isolate. And what was the other part of the question again?
So a new person that says, I want to try this out, what should they
what should they look for? Okay, so make sure the product has a certificate of analysis that is from a third-party lab that will run a test to show all of the cannabinoids present. You want to make sure if it says it has no THC, that there shouldn't be any THC on the lab report. If it says it has 25 milligrams of CBD in this capsule, the certificate of analysis should say that these capsules have 25 milligrams of CBD. So if you're in a place and you ask for a certificate and you can't get it, or they don't have it, or they don't know what you're talking about, just walk out and just go on my website or call me, and then I'll tell you where you can get it or ship it to you.
Always, Justin, what those do? They ain't got it.
We always circle back around to talk with Dr. Justin.
Turn around, just like, or if I would say if they don't have a healthcare practitioner in the facility or access to one, that's also a red flag, because you want to be able to ask, how is the CBD going to interact with my blood pressure? So I have a lot of people that come in and say, oh, I got my last CBD at the gas station. So how did you know which one to buy? If you only pay $5 for this, and it's probably not that good. They probably got their hemp from overseas, and a lot of products that have been tested from these really cheap brands, they are mislabeled. They have way more THC when they're not supposed to have any at all, and just all kinds of crazy things. So just make sure it's from a reputable place. They have all their paperwork and they're able to show. And if they can tell you the farm they got it from and about the company and the growers and the processors, even better. The more information you can get from them, the better.
The better.
Wow. Great advice.
Very good info.
So can I ask, while you're doing all of this, how do you find time for the yoga? Where does the yoga come in at?
The yoga comes in. So I got into a lot of my other health practices for my personal journey. Being a stressed out, overworked pharmacist, I needed something to get me right at the end of the day. So my mom actually introduced me to yoga when she was at a yoga studio that she was into. So she noticed that something wasn't right, and I really needed to use that to connect to myself and really get back on to what my purpose was and walk my path. So I get up when I wake up naturally. I don't think my body likes to hear an alarm, so whatever time I set it, I'm like waking up 30 minutes or an hour before that. So
Mhm.
instead of getting upset and trying to go back to sleep, I was like, all right, let me just get up. I'll go work out or I'll do my yoga before I get the day started. And that's where I fit that time in just to get my morning routine.
Yeah.
Even though waking up early, I get all that in before getting the day started.
Oh, yeah, that would be a no for me.
Well, Dr. Courtney,
I thought you were yogi. I thought,
but
No, good
yeah.
job. I commend you for that. Yoga, I think I would want to go back to sleep after the yoga instead of get my day started. But
Oh, sometimes I do because if I wake up at 4 and I
Oh
did
wow, that's
it
early.
already and I'm done at, it's still 6 o'clock and I
yeah,
don't open till 10. So, I give me at least 2 hours and I might take, another hour nap so I can get in at 10, do my
what I'm talking
work
about.
on my patients and, before I open at 10. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm with
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But
As,
that's awesome.
as a former yogi, so.
So,
Mhm.
but I did enjoy yoga. I will say, they even have like hot yoga and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Those extreme temperatures, I think I died, but and came on back. So
Yeah,
yeah, but yoga,
those are
glad you made
intense.
it back.
it
Glad you made
really does tone you in the right areas. So I enjoyed yoga for that. Now I don't think I was the best at it. Maybe I wanted to talk in class and I was with my sorority sisters and they were like, shh, not supposed to talk. It's so quiet though. Jeez.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely about being with yourself.
Right. She
and
want to
and
play.
yeah,
if
I'm like,
you're not good at it, that's fine. I was not very flexible when I first started, but
oh,
I
a
was
flow
always
over.
taught don't compare yourself to anyone except who you were the day before and the day before that, because
Yeah.
that's what we're working on. So the purpose is to connect with yourself. It's not just about the poses. It's about
Mhm.
that discipline, identifying what you want in your life and putting your body through whatever it needs to, whether it be temporary discomfort or whatever, to get to your ultimate goal because you're living your true self that way.
Come on, Yogi, Dr. Yogi, Dr. Yogi. um, but no, that's great. So they also have hip hop yoga. So that's the one that I would go to. And I'm like, I'm trying to bop in the class to the hip hop yoga, but
Yeah.
still I'm like, this is getting better. Nobody wants
Okay.
to talk to me. I do. So
Got
I
it.
Yeah,
didn't even know
they
they
have all
had that.
kinds. Yeah, they got all kinds of trap yoga, everything. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yep.
that.
Be still when
Hmm.
baby is on. Like, hello. Okay. I'm sorry.
What I like about yoga is sometimes you're just going so fast you don't realize what's tight or what needs attention in your body, and
Mhm.
Hmm.
yoga helps you center and be like, oh, what's going on there, and see what you
Oh,
need to
Yep,
focus
exactly.
in on.
So yeah,
What me
I
up.
didn't know my hips were so tight, or
Exactly.
yeah, my
Yeah.
hamstrings and my
Mm-hmm.
knees. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
mm.
is that the only self care you got going on, Dr. Justin?
So my self care also, I go to a gym and do HIIT workouts. So the high intensity interval training, I do that in the mornings. So the 6 a.m. class,
Just,
and
So you're a
I
morning person. You like to get up early.
just morning
I
again.
I
He's
get more
trained
of the day.
himself.
I have a lot that I want to get done, and what I want to do in my life, it takes a lot of energy. So I need to make sure my body is right, so I can get through all
Get
of
to
that,
the rest of the day.
and make sure I'm able to keep a smile on my face, dealing with people. They got many questions about cannabis and the other herbal products I have. And yeah, so that's another thing. We have a full range of different herbal tea blends and essential oils. So I use that for my relaxation. Have my tea time to calm down. I'll have different essential oils in the diffuser. So, stress relief. And I go out and take a walk once an
Sounds
hour
so
around.
calming.
Yeah.
No. It's gonna be like the
Uh,
movies where the music is playing and just get calm. Come, we got beads. You got a string of beads at your front door.
I had it going into the back room, but we recently changed it. Yeah,
Really, really.
He had
yeah,
it. He had it. He
I
had
had it. Yeah,
So you got you got yoga, the high intensity workout, deal with the day, at the job, and then come back and de-stress with your
yeah.
own diffusers and things like that. I would imagine that the patients that you have or your customers are pretty chill, right? They should
They
be.
pretty chill and they're open to talk to me about any and everything.
Welcome to
Mhm.
So
pharmacy land. I
Yeah.
done
yes,
seen it all.
so I've never heard so many questions about their sexy times and
Oh wow. Oh my.
How the
and just know only knowing them for less than 5 minutes and I know about all of that stuff. So I'm like,
oh
all
my
right,
gosh.
I got yeah, and then I'll share.
You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm glad they're open with you.
Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah, he
And
has a
then one,
very, very calming, effect. So I could see being open and being able to talk to you for a long time.
yeah, and then one lady comes in. It's like, uh, was this supposed to make you horny? I was like, I think it's had that effect on some people that it gets the juices flowing, and then
Oh
she's like, yeah, I was going down. And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
God.
okay, and yeah, yeah, and then her wife comes in. She's like, yeah, she was, and then she fist bumped me. I was like, oh, okay, yep,
she confirmed it.
yes.
Not fist bumping. Wow.
So I'm glad I'm helping people.
Amen.
Yeah.
God's work.
I'll get
God's
a lot more
work.
customers from this show. I don't know who else is
I
listening.
know.
Hey, I get the men. I get all kinds
Low
of
T.
low T. People just are from all ages, from young kids that are having attention problems, or they're having issues with their metabolism, all the way up to elderly people that they come in and get their massage on Fridays because we have a massage therapist that
Oh
comes in on
wow.
Fridays,
Oh, well,
and
come
We
on.
then
need to
yeah,
come down, y'all. Get
We're,
some
we're,
yeah.
we're
massages.
coming by the shop just to get the
Yeah.
said masseuse. Bye. I'm going.
Mhm.
Coming.
Yep. So Fridays, and then I'm opening up to other every day of the week, so we can get more massage therapists in, and then we have a package deal where you get an appointment with them, and you get some of the CBD products together with that. So doing a
Wow.
lot more bundling packages and collaborations with other practitioners.
Love it.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my next question was what's next, but what else is there? I mean, you're doing it
What
all.
Shops
What
across
else?
the country.
Right.
Um, do have some things that are in the works that I can't talk about yet, but the things I'm most excited about are uh, updating the website that's coming up. I'm doing some remodeling in the store because a 2-year anniversary is coming up in June, and
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
That's a
That
big
is
thing.
And
less than
um,
2 years.
Hmm.
mhm. And yeah, just some of our other programs. So those will be all listed on our website. So mastering your metabolism that working on with some naturopathic doctors on, also some collaboration with some personal trainers on exercise recovery, and a nurse practitioner who's opening his own pain management practice.
Hmm.
We're having a program together on pain management, and I'm forgetting some other ones. Oh yeah, and then massages. So uh,
He's got it all.
I
Yeah.
and
promise.
yeah,
Need
so
a
working on it,
restaurant
and
on the
then the
side.
PetMeds website will be up. The full website will be up later this summer. So instead of ordering it on the big PetMed websites, get it from a pharmacist, so it's quality, and you're getting it from a black owned business. Yeah.
We
Hmm.
love
Plus,
it.
and then that's the plus right there.
Yep.
So Most City Apothecary, I am a Dallas girl, so you know how we feel about Houston. But
How do
um
y'all feel about Houston?
Y'all don't like each other?
I will
so
sum it up in the story. So I went up to a Houston Texans and Dallas Cowboys games,
Oh
and
goodness.
they were. It's only 4 hours away, but there are people acting like they were hated rivals and their fights in the parking lot, and it's like, hey,
Is it that crucial?
it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
know
is.
that.
But Houston is so huge. What part of town is Mo City Apothecary in?
So Southwest. So
Okay.
if people are familiar with Sugarland or Stafford, it's around there. Yeah.
Okay.
So Southwest of
Heard of
Houston.
Sugarland.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know the Houston Dallas thing. I'm still, taking it back on that.
Well, you know what team you're on. That's what you do now.
I'm with the Saints. So
You know what you anyway. We can take this offline.
Gosh, so aggressive.
who that? One of y'all.
Well, this has been so enlightening, Dr. Justin. Thank you for taking time to spend with Three Friends Talk. We're so excited about what you're doing, about the path that you're trailblazing, and we can't wait to make our way down south. We'll just call it that.
Well, come on down to Houston. We coming. I'm gonna bring
Oh
her.
my
We're
God, she's
bringing her.
such a hater.
We're
Check-
bringing her.
to
We're
check
bringing
out all the wonderful things you're doing, and whatever we can do to support you in your journey, we are here.
Hey, I might put you to work when I get my next batch of COVID vaccines. You might have to give you.
Hey, we can vaccinate. We can do
Holla
it.
holla at us.
Right.
We can definitely help with COVID vaccines. We are all about
Absolutely. Thank you so much. How can our listeners connect with you for those who are interested in opening up their shop, uh, all things cannabis? How can they connect with you?
Yeah, so you can connect with me on our Facebook and Instagram, Most City Apothecary. You can email me at info@mostcityapothecary.com. I'm on LinkedIn. You can send me a message there about getting your business started, and we can get started from there. Happy to help. Thank y'all for having me. This is what I'm here for, is to help people get into offering herbal options for themselves and for their patients. So that I'm here to help.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
So thank y'all for having me. I had
very
fun.
smart young man.
Good.
And y'all, we didn't know Dr. Justin. We just wanted to make sure we brought you the best person to talk about this as 420 approaches us. So we are out here sourcing these wonderful pharmacists to bring them to you, so that we can all learn together.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and one more thing. If anyone's in Corpus Christi next week at the Exchange restaurant, they're having a 420 event that I'll be sponsoring. We have a cooking competition, the cocktail drinks competition.
Wow.
There's going to be the massages. There's going to be comedy. There's going to be a band, and I'll be selling my homemade cookies and brownies, and I'll be giving out the pre-rolls and selling my olive oil, and yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Now I can look forward to 420.
So everyone enjoy their 420 responsibly. My store, Most City Apothecary, will be closed, so I can go do the event.
Go to the Exchange.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Sylvia, are we going to still tell everyone to watch on Freely tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Freely TV. Download the app if you don't have it. You can check out your girls on channel 109 at 10 p.m. And if you like what you heard here tonight and you want to support the show, you feel free to buy us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/3 friends talk. And thank y'all for tuning in. Again, thank you, Dr. Justin. Check him out on all social media at Most City Apothecary or Dr. Justin Redding. Bye, friends.
Thank you.
Bye, friends. Thank you, Dr. Justin.